Hello there, my name is Julio Lasarte. Welcome to Athletic Ballroom Dance. Today we'll be talking about what causes internal snapping hip and what to do about it, alright? Internal snapping hip syndrome usually happens when we are in a hip flexion position. So we come at this point, 90 degrees or beyond. So we are using our rectus femoris, our sartorius, and our iliopsoas. Now this last muscle is the one that we're gonna be focusing on because it attaches to T12 of your spine all the way down to your lumbar spine and comes down through and attaches inside on your lesser trochanter. So because it's a deep muscle, usually that's the one that helps the most with hip flexion in more than hip flexion, like passing 90 angle degree. One thing to remember is if you are a dancer and you are having this problem where you are having turnout, right? So you're turning out and you're coming all the way up and down and you feel that pop. What would happen is that you're not able to control your turnout of your leg, right? So if you're turning out, you're coming up, and when you're coming down, that's when you feel that pop in your hip. Usually it's because you don't have that control of your external rotator. So make sure to control that rotation of your hip, right? So when you're coming up and down, making sure you control that rotation. Now, if you're not a dancer and you still feel those snapping or tendons moving around your hip, there are two things that you can do. One of them would be stretching and the other one would be strengthening. So let's cover both of them. So the first thing that you have to do is you come up on a lunge position. So from here, we won't have our pelvis in an anterior tilt, so you won't have your booty sticking out. We're gonna tuck in, you're gonna use your glute muscle to tuck in, and you should already feel a stretch on your quadriceps, on your hip flexors through here. So that's the first position. Second thing that you will do is you'll try to bring your heel or this whole leg and your knee closer together. So you're kind of like doing a scissor motion. You're trying to bring them together, right? So you're squeezing your quadricep, you're squeezing your hamstrings, you're bringing it together. That would be the second level where you start to feel a deeper stretch through your quadriceps. From here, the third step would be to take your arm up and rotate away from your stretching leg, almost like if you were dunking your basketball, right? So one more time. We don't want to be in anterior tilt. We go into posterior. You feel a deep stretch. Second, we bring these legs together like a scissor. Third, arm up and rotate away. So you can do this stretch for as long as you want. I would say go for 30 seconds to 1 minute on each leg. And the last thing that you can do is going to be the best thing that you can do for your snapping hip, alright? Right, and the last thing that I would recommend is the strengthening part of the workout. So what you do is you take one piece of furniture where you can rest your leg. Now, the height is going to be determined on your flexibility, but also how much you can handle. So, let's start with the beginning. Let's say if you can come up to here and you hold it, and that's like as high as you can hold it for, that's good. So you're going to be working on coming at this flexion position. Now you can play around with coming up and turning out, So you're gonna have external rotation, or you can come into an internal rotation that will work more on your gluteus medius here. But again, it's just working on that flexion. And if you're a dancer and you're working on that external rotation, go ahead and give it a shot with some external rotation by activating your glutes. So let's try second level here. From here again, you come here, you position yourself right, you engage your glute, and you're gonna use your hip flexors and try to think of that deep muscle again. And you come here and you hold. You hold until you feel a good burn. If you don't feel anything, yeah, you can extend your leg too. So from here, if you don't feel anything, go ahead and extend and try to hold it there. But make sure to have that feeling through your hip flexor. Now the hardest one would be, of course, if you go higher, because the higher you go, it's gonna be the deeper the muscles that you're gonna have to use, or it would be the iliopsoas that you would have to use. So from here, you have this position right here, and you just try to lift your foot, right? Keeping good position right here, good alignment. You try to lift, and you try to hold for as long as you can. We start in a low position, and you come up. Again, you can turn in or turn out. If you turn in, you're gonna feel it more on your gluteus medius. If you turn out, you're gonna feel more on your rotators here, and more on your abductors too. Second level again, come here, you prepare, and then you come up, and then you hold. One more thing that you can do is you would get some ankle weights. So this is just like 2.5 pounds, but it's another challenge, especially if you're going into extension, right? So that would be level 2, and level 3 would be coming up here. Make sure you have correct alignment, and making sure your foot comes off the piece of furniture that you have and holding it there, right? So you come here, and you come up, and you hold it. That's for as long as I can hold it. All right, there you have it, guys. That was the stretching and the strengthening of your iliopsoas, especially for that internal snapping hip. Make sure to keep dancing and have a great workout. I'll see you in the next video.